So how do you get your first paying coaching clients? If you're trying to work with clients in exchange for money, then you're going to love this video. We're going to talk about how to get your first paying coaching clients today. All right, welcome back. So if you have been working with coaching clients, or if you're looking to get your very first coaching clients who can pay you, who have the ability to pay you so that you can actually make money in your coaching business, then you're going to love this video. What I want to do is I want to give you the 4 things that you need in order to start getting paying coaching clients. Now, I do want to caveat and say that there's nothing wrong with working with clients for free when you first get started. So when you're first beginning and you've got to get clear on what you're actually offering and who you want to offer it to, there's actually nothing wrong with that. So I want to tell you a quick story about how I started my coaching business, which was I was kind of wondering or kind of thinking that I wanted to help people in the area of growing their business, doing like online marketing, because I had grown my own blog and there was a lot of knowledge that I had. And I took the Gallup Strength Finders exam and I realized that I had a really good skill in strategy. And I was also good at seeing the vision. So I was good at seeing the vision and then taking the steps in order to get there, which is kind of an abstract, I guess, skill to have, because it's not as specific as like, hey, you're good at, motivating people or whatever, which is easy. Then you become a speaker, a motivational speaker. But basically it was like, you're good at strategy. So give me any problem and I'm really good at solving it. So that's when I knew that I wanted to start coaching, but I didn't know how I was going to do it, who I was going to work with, if I could even help somebody get results. So what I did was I reached out to a friend who I knew was working on her business and trying to grow her business. And I said, hey, are you open to doing an 8-week coaching program? And basically I would set it up the same way I would set up with any other client. And, at the end of it, the only thing that I ask is if I've done a great job and if we actually get results, that you give me a testimonial. So she was like, hey, sure. Of course, I'd be happy to work with you. It's someone that I knew, someone who knew how valuable, what I had done was, is someone who looked up to me. So it was easy to kind of make that connection. After I worked with her for 8 weeks, things went really, really well. She actually got 3 clients while we were working together. Like, we just blasted everything out of the park. And I took that first testimonial and I started to book paying clients from there. So like I said, there's value in working with that very first client for free, or maybe even 3 clients. If you want to get 3 client testimonials, there's value in that. But after that, it's time to start making some money to turn this into a real business, right? So here's what you got to do in order to make that happen. First thing that you need to do is make it known that you are offering coaching. There are so many people who are coaches, but it's hard to figure out that they're actually coaching and helping people and offering transformation. If your personal social media profiles are still, just, hey, this is Letitia and, I like CrossFit, then it doesn't really tell people that you actually help people in the area of what you do, and it doesn't talk to them about your coaching. If you don't even talk about it at all, if your email signature is still a reflection of, just a personal email signature, like, you've got to make it known. So some passive ways that you can do that are updating all of your social media profiles and going through like your email signature, anywhere that is like public facing, go ahead and change that. I know some people kind of have an issue with like having a private Facebook account and a public Facebook account. And I say, if you're in business, everything is public. So why not just create a business personal account, which is basically you sharing the stuff that you want to share as a business owner. You can still share personal stuff, and then you can also be in control of how much you share. That's really how you get privacy these days anyway, because nothing's really private online anymore. So that's the first step, is kind of, updating your platforms and your public facing social media. Then in an active way to make it known is actually go out there and talk to some people, do, some networking events, get comfortable with saying, this is what I do. I am a coach, or create that core benefit statement. So you can say, my name is Letitia and I help coaches create and fill their coaching program. So you've got to be able to specifically tell people what you do. If you're not quite sure yet, then just kind of play around with a couple different things. I remember I used to say, I help coaches gain more clients. I help coaches create webinar sales funnels. I help you take an existing skill and turn it into an online business. So you have the ability to grow and mature and go from a caterpillar to a butterfly. So it's okay if it's not perfect right away, okay? But you've got to make it known. Okay, second thing that you've got to do is start reaching out to your network and offering 15-minute coffee chats. This is something that I really like, especially if you're an introvert, simply because a 15-minute chat it goes by faster than you think. Also, it's an opportunity for you to catch up with people. So you don't just have to say, hey, I want to talk to you about what I'm doing now, but it's an opportunity for you to ask them what's going on in their life, kind of catch up with what they've been up to. And then as you have that conversation, you can talk about, well, I'm doing coaching now and I'm looking for this type of client. And it's like you're creating a mini sales force by telling individuals what you do and what you offer. And you're either going to get one of three responses. You're going to get oh, that sounds really good. That sounds like something I need, which is kind of rare, but you might get it. Or you'll get oh, I've got a friend who I know so-and-so needs that. Or you'll get, I don't know of anybody right now, but if I think of someone, I'll be sure to keep your name in mind. So the third one is obviously not as exciting. The first two are more exciting, but the idea is that it's a numbers game. So the more people you have an opportunity to chat with, the more likely you are to get that number one or number two, so that you can potentially get those clients as referrals or individuals that you already know. All right. The next thing to get your first paying coaching clients is to make it non-negotiable. Stop offering your services for free. Okay. You are not negotiating down to a lower price, a free price. And I always say that if you're going to offer your services, it's either going to be free or full price. So free or full price. There's no family and friends discount. There's no discounts. Okay. No free Friday, no free Friday. It's free or full price. So if you're planning to offer something for free and you're okay with that, go ahead and offer that coaching service for free. But if not, go ahead and give them the full price, because the thing is that it's going to be just as hard or just as easy to book someone as a full price, full paying client as it would be to book them as a half price, half paying client. You still have to ask, you still have to make that offer, and they still have to say yes. So why not swing the bat at full price every single time rather than swinging the bat at half price? Like, just get your money. Okay. Especially if you know what your transformation is worth and you've already figured out how to price your coaching program, then don't discount it for anybody. The final thing that you need to do in order to finally get your first paying coaching clients is to actually make an offer. And I feel like a lot of the clients that I speak with, they kind of fall into this trap where they get onto a discovery call with a potential client or with a friend or with someone who, has expressed interest. And, they're just chatting them up, having a good old time, hee hee ha ha, like having a conversation, but they never actually make an offer. They never say, hey, I think you'd be a great fit for this coaching program. Is it okay if I tell you a little bit more about it? And that's really the key. The key is to make an offer. Tell them about what your coaching program is, but you've got to be detailed. Let them know exactly what it includes, how many weeks it is, how many calls they get, what that outcome is, what that transformation is. Like, there's a very specific way that I like to speak about a coaching program, and I want to be detailed about what it actually is, what they get, what's offered, and what that outcome is. I do teach this to my students inside of Create and Fill Your Coaching Program, and I would love for you to join us in that if you feel like you're ready to get your first paying coaching clients. But the first thing I want to do is invite you to a free training called 5 Steps to Get Coaching Clients Fast. I will leave the details in the description box, or you can go to letitia.tv/coaching in order to get in on that training. I go a lot more in depth and I give you my 5 simple steps in order to help you create and fill your coaching program. Thank you so much for joining me today. Be sure to tap that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.